Hi, Tracy Napa here. Haven't made any videos in a while. I'm still here, still working, still going strong. But I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an update as to what's going on with me, maybe what you can expect in 2012 or in the coming future. My service-based business through your WebTech team and ultimately through QuickSourcing.com, those two businesses really offer the same services, just at a slightly different model and payment method. Took off like a shot. I started your WebTech team in 2009 and it just has done phenomenally well. But it was time consuming and there was a learning curve for me because it was a new business model offering the same services I did as a per-hour web designer, but I hired a team of people to, work with me and getting this work done. And I needed to, learn a little bit better about how to hire people, even though they're contract laborers, how to do that better so that I'm getting the best quality workers who can really do what they say they can do. And also how to vet clients and not take anybody and everybody. Everybody's not my target market. So I kind of honed down and refined who my target market is, honed down and refined how to find the best people that are the best fit for the work that we do and, kind of do that. By refining the market, who my target market was, I reduced my client base to a manageable level, to those who really I work well with, who know and respect, me, my services, and how, best to work with me and the team. And that's all good. So I'm working on that so that I can reduce the amount of hours that I'm actually working and better diversify the workload between the team, those on my team. So that has really been a good thing. And aside from the fact that who wants to work, 14, 17-hour days, which I was, I've also been battling some chronic health issues. And so, I think that was probably as much a deciding factor on me needing to make some changes in my business and personal life and things that that I do, as much as quality of life. So it's kind of hand in hand. I'm working with doctors to kind of try to find solutions and resolve the ongoing health issues. Won't bore you with all that. But, need to, find some changes and some things that we need to do to make my quality of life the way that I want it. That's why I work from home, so I can have some freedom and quality of life to make choices that are best for me. And I do have that, but I need to improve upon that. So I'm taking that to the next level and making some changes. Part of the changes, and the reason why I need to make the changes, is service-based business is great. It's a reliable way to make money, and I can use the skills and experience that I have to make money. That's the beauty of it. The downside is service-based business is hands-on. It definitely requires your actual physical input and work to make it all happen. I'm trying to get everything back in line so I can get back to the 3, 4, 5 projects that I've had on my whiteboard for a couple of years now, always intending to do it. But, people who paid you money to do client work have to come as a priority over anything else. Trying to restructure my day to work in time to work on these projects is difficult because even though my motto is poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part, that's a great concept in theory. The bottom line is if a client has paid you money and they throw something at you last minute, which it happens, that has to be a priority over other things. So that being said, working on restructuring everything so I can get back to working on some of my projects, some things that I have really wanted to do, I've had mapped out, need to get back to, and new things that I come up with. I'm really great at coming up with ideas, and it's not that I'm an action taker, but you've got to have the time to take the action. And so my first big action was starting your web tech team and going to profit in 10 days and doing the 6 figures in 5.5 months and all those things. It's like I did that. That was because I took action. And then I've been adjusting and tweaking it since then to fine tune and hone that. That's a good thing. So I've already got that project well to profit, doing well, stable, and established. Now it's time for me to readjust some things and carve out that time so I can work on other projects that will be more passive in the long run, more passive income. Not another service-based business, but more, other things and services that I can help others and do for others like I want to. That's where my heart is. That's why I'm in a service-based business. I like to help people. But there's other ways to help people besides doing things for them. I can teach, and that's what I like to do too. So that's kind of the direction that it's going. I'm still here, still around, kind of backed off of going to live events, really being active and out there a ton on social media, backed off doing video tutorials and all of that kind of stuff, primarily because my service-based business is just kept me slam dunk busy. And then when I wasn't busy with that, I was dealing with, health issues and things like that, and just simply did not have the energy or whatever to jump in and, do anything else. So working on getting all that resolved. I'm still here. So if you have a question or something, you can by all means post the comment below this video, whether you're watching this from YouTube or you're watching this from Genesis Blogging or wherever. By all means, let me know how you're doing. If you have a question or something, for me, let me know. I'm working on some new projects, doing them slowly. And, one of the things that I realized as an internet marketer is I have the right to say no. And I create the timetable of my choosing. There's a fine line, I think, between being a procrastinator and just being selective about how much stress you put on yourself. So I don't feel guilty, I don't feel bad, and I don't feel that I need to place undue stress on myself for a project that I'm creating. It's my deadline, it's my project, and if it sits there for another 2 years, it's not a big deal. It's not hurting anybody, but it's something that I get a lot of. Marketers are out there trying to encourage people to take that first step, and there's a whole lot of people who are wannabe online marketers who don't ever take the first step. They're still picking out their logo color 6 months down the road. They're still trying to get all their I's dotted, their T's crossed, and they want everything to be absolutely perfect before they do anything. Or they're still following the shiny object syndrome, and they're still taking this class, buying this course, and all that. And there's a time for that. There's a time when you need to learn the basics. Then there's a time when you have to take the first step and you have to go do something. You have to make that first dollar. You have to, get that website set up so you can make your first sale and progress from there. But you need to have something started that can be your work in progress before you can make any money. It's okay to take action and tweak it later. That's actually a better way to go than to make sure that everything's absolutely positively perfect. Just start it already. Don't go buy anything else. Don't go do anything else until you actually get out there and start it. And then once you start it and you try something and you're not getting the results you want, go back and look through those things that you've already got on your hard drive, you've already paid for, and reread it. Are you following all of those steps? If you are and it's not working, it might not be for you. It might not be for your target market. Go on to the next thing that's sitting on your hard drive. I know you've got them. We all have a hard drive. I have 2 or 3 hard drives full of stuff that I bought. But you already know what you need to know. You need to go back through your resources and refresh your memory as to all of the steps you need to take, or the next step you need to take, or maybe the next thing you need to try if the first one wasn't working. But you need to make sure that you've done everything that's outlined in the step that you were doing, whether it's marketing something or promoting something or whatever. There's a million different scenarios that, and I'm not going to cover all of them. You know what your scenario is. You know what you're doing and what you're not doing. And so stop and take a look at what you're doing. Is it working? Why isn't it working? Is it something that you've left out? Is it something that you're not being consistent in your efforts? Or is it maybe your target market doesn't respond well to that form of marketing or this or that or something else? Do you need to make tweaks or changes to your sales copy or your emails that you're sending or your titles or whatever? Stop and evaluate what it is that you're doing and how it's working for you. Test it. Try something else. Test it. See if it works better. You never know. But I'm doing the same thing. I know what works for me, but I need to start working on these other projects, and I will do that on my choosing, and I will do the same thing that I've just, told you to do. If it's not working at first, if it seems slow, and there does seem to be a certain amount of time from, when you make that first step to you get to profit, depends on your market, depends on what you're doing. But don't give up. And the only time frame and pressure that is on you is the one you put on yourself. So don't get stressed. Don't get bogged down in it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months, or whatever, and I'm not met this goal that I created. Well, reevaluate your goals. If you were thinking that you were going to go in the first, 2 months, you have a brand new site up that you've never been in before, you were going to make 6 figures, that might be very unrealistic. What's your market? What product are you selling? If you're selling a $27 ebook, the chances of you making 6 figures selling that in 2 months are slim to none. Unless you have like a huge list and you're already established, someplace else and you can pull from that traffic or that list, chances are you're not going to make 6 figures in 2 months selling a $27 ebook. So, reevaluate. This is that time of year where we all reevaluate things and we get our goals lined out for the next year. The fact that my birthday's next week, I'm turning 48. And, I'm definitely in the throes of midlife and, okay, I'm lived more than half my life, I'm sure, or, pretty close to it. And so what do I want to do with the second half of my life? I don't want to work 17, 14-hour days. I don't. I want to earn more passive income and be comfortable, where I don't have to worry about money. I'm trying to build a business that I can hand off to my older children and my younger children. And I don't have to worry about retirement. I don't have to worry about all those things. Those, to me, it's the security of it. I'm a homebody and I like, because of my health issues, I need to be able to have a little bit of flexibility in my work schedule. I don't want to think that the sky is going to be falling if I have a day when I'm not going to be able to work for whatever reason or limited work hours. And I'm sure that that's probably what a lot of you are looking for. Some of you might be looking for just the money. Some of you might be looking for, the freedom to travel or do whatever. All of that still takes money. But whatever your reason, it might be because you want to be home with your kids. It might be, you need to be able to take care of your elderly parents, or you want to do volunteer work, or all of the above. Whatever your motivation is, you've got to know your why you're doing it so that it keeps you motivated to continue when things look slow, they're tough, or whatever. But remember, no guru is putting a time pressure on you. No client or potential client or your sphere or circle of online people should be putting the pressure on you to meet a deadline or to do anything. It's you are in control of what you do and when. If you know your why, that will motivate you to get your goals met. Whatever the time frame is, beating yourself up and making yourself feel horrible and stressing yourself out because you've set an unrealistic goal or you set a goal that you need to adjust for whatever reason. That's the beauty of what we do. You can adjust the goals, you can say no, and you control your own stress level. That's it in the bottom line in a nutshell. If you don't have control over your own deadlines, your own goals, and the stress level that you're putting on yourself, then why are you doing it? You can go get a job and go work for somebody else and have all that. If that's what you thrive on, you need, then go work for somebody else and save yourself a whole lot of trouble. But it's the freedom of working from home that, to me, makes it worth it. Like anything, it's a business. You have to put work into it. It's not going to happen overnight. But at the same time, don't put undue stress on yourself, unrealistic expectations on yourself. If you're stressed out because you wrote down on a board or a mind map or something that you had to have X done in, 2 weeks, you need to make sure you're putting in the time and the effort to get there. But if, your child gets sick, your elderly parent gets sick, or something comes up that takes you and throws you off your goal, don't beat yourself up about it. You don't need to work 24 hours to try to make a goal that you created. Change the goal. The real life family, friends, in your real offline world, that has to be a priority over anything that you do in your online world or in your business that is a schedule that you created. You created that. So change it to fit those things in your life that are actually a bigger priority for you, whatever they might be. So, anyway, I didn't want to ramble, but was trying to encourage some people because, I found myself at times also, stressing over a goal that I had created for myself. I'm like, wait a minute, I created the goal. I can change it. I have that power. So it's kind of freeing to know that you can change it. Don't let it be an excuse to procrastinate and not do anything. But at the same time, don't lose sleep over a upcoming goal because you've had life take over and prevent you from, maybe making as much progress as you wanted towards the goal. Change the goal. That's it. So anyway, I am planning in 2012 to get back to some of these projects that I need to do. I'm revising Beginner to Blogger. I've got 2 follow-up series after that I'm working on, as well as a couple other things that I have going on. And hope to get back to blogging. I like to blog, love to blog, like to do videos. We'll see how it goes, So I'm still here, still around. Follow me on Google+. I'm out there. Just search for Tracy Nappy and you'll find me. Or catch me, one of my Facebook pages or something like that. I still check Twitter occasionally, but that's slowed down quite a bit. So, and I will be posting here or around on the web when I've got a couple new blogs in the works that I'm working on. So, anyway, hope that helps you. Have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate Christmas. And I will be catching you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.